Hi folks, I'm going to tell you to put the highlift jack on the hood of your Jeep without spending a small fortune on eBay or four-wheel parts. Should only cost you less than 20 bucks at Lowe's. Only thing is, no security. Anybody could come take your jack, but who the hell steals a highlift jack? Alright, I'm a cheap bastard and I'd like to have a hood mount for my cheap highlift jack that I bought from Harbor Freight for the low price of $49.99, and I need a place to put it. So let's mount it on top of the hood. Now that we got that out, let's go see how big it is. Our thread and size is an 8mm bolt with a 1.25 thread. I don't have thread gauges. I know that because I got the nut that fits it, and the package states it's that. Also, I have a piece of all thread. I brought this black plastic piping just for pretties. I bought various washers, large area washers, standard washers, lock washers, these collared bolts, which fit almost perfectly down the center of this pipe. The shoulder will, so it'll hold that firmly in place, keep them wobbling around. And wing nuts for our final install. I have no idea if this is going to work or not. Let's go for it. Okay. Alright, I have no idea how deep this is going to thread down. So we're going to thread it in. Right there, bottomed out. Go ahead and take a Sharpie, make a mark, pull back out. My Sharpie mark I made while it was installed into the hood, I come down 2 3/4 of an inch, make a mark. Then we'll take our hardware, see how much distance that's going to take up, get a final measurement and make a cut. This opportunity to go ahead and cut this plastic pipe. This is going to make it look pretty earlier. I'm obviously going to start here because I don't want the thread. So I'm going to cut that thread off. And then I'm going to come down here to this 2 3/4 distance. Go ahead and make my mark. I'm going to cut that flush. Then I'm going to put hardware on it, see how much thread I need protruding to make this successful. Also in the hardware I bought at Lowe's, I got this rubber grommet. It is a 5/16 by 5/8 by 5/8 by 7/16, whatever that means. I just kind of eyeballed it and took a shot in the dark, but it fits perfectly inside this grommet hole. That light will catch up there. So I think I scored on that deal. So these shoulder nuts I got here fit pretty, take up the space of this pipe pretty well. Like I said, that's mainly just cosmetic. Make it look pretty. Stop it. Okay, so I've got my Sharpie mark here from where we put it down into the hood to get a good distance. Then I've got a Sharpie mark here from where I measured from the ground up to the jack, somewhere in there. Jesus. There it is. Right here. So, I've dry fitted my hardware down here. And overall, that should be pretty close. I'm going to go ahead and make a mark right there because I want a little bit of distance, obviously. And what I've got going on here is I've got a wing nut, lock washer, I'm sorry, standard washer, grommet, large area washer. My shoulder bolt is going in down inside the cosmetic plastic. Another one on the other side. Lock washer, large area washer. I'm going to cut this right here, measure and cut another one. Stay focused, Gavin. Well, I get down here and you're... Where am I? Where am I? Go. There you go. I'm going to cut it and install it. Alright, I made my mark. One rod cut. Let's make one exactly the same with a little marky mark. Okay. Stop. Cut piece of all thread. That as tight as you can. Large area washer. Lock washer. Shouldered bolt or nut. God, I'm an idiot. Tighten that down with a wrench. Get that lock washer good and squished. That's pretty darn tight. Second shouldered nut. Install it upside down so that it fits into the cosmetic plastic. Grabbing just the metal edge of the shouldered nut, go ahead and tighten that down with some channel locks. Don't grab the plastic or you'll mar it. Rubber grommet. We can go back there. Let's go ahead and do a large area washer. And the rubber grommet. Skinny side up, obviously, to poke through the holes in the jack. That's damn solid. I think that's going to do the trick. We'll go ahead and get the other side done and test the jack out on it. I'm not going to lie to you, I initially set it with this hole mounted. This spring clip got in the way. Like I said, this is a cheap Harbor Freight deal. I've noticed on the actual high lift jacks, it's got a nice thin spring, so maybe that'd be better. So I moved it down 2 holes to clear this spring right here. I'm going to go ahead and drop a flat washer on there, lock washer, wing nut. I'm not gonna lie, that's pretty damn solid. I mean, I'm shaking my Jeep back and forth here. There it is, nice and solid. Do you see something? I do. That is really tall. I could have made that significantly shorter. And reduces visibility quite a bit. I'm lazy, so I'm not going to lower it. I can get used to it. I think I'll be alright. Alright, so I flipped it around 180 degrees, and that dramatically increased my visibility. I don't have an issue at all now. And I thought you could probably take an inch off of my original height, but with it flipped around and this arm facing forward, looks like the distance is pretty much perfect. The hood open, everything clears, so maybe that original measurement I gave was spot on. Good and solid. I'm rocking my entire Jeep back and forth, side to side. It's not moving a bit. What's this? Focus. Focus. Oh, 2303 at Lowe's. Also, you probably get a lot cheaper than that, because there's a ton of leftover hardware. I didn't use any of the standard nuts, not a damn one of them. 2 of the flat washers. I got a whole bunch of lock washers left over, standard washers. So, you can do it cheaper than I did. Well, happy Jeeping.